So what is up, YouTube? It's Orchardman here, and I am saying goodbye to my childhood. So apparently, I woke up this morning having a bad day, and it's already gotten worse, and I'm pretty much saying goodbye to my childhood, pretty much. Sadly, apparently, the creator of Dragon Ball Z has officially passed away. Hey, and sorry, I'm also eating as well. This day, um, I mean, I remember my first episode. It had Nappa and Vegeta flying to look for, I think, to look for Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin, and that was my first Dragon Ball Z episode. And Dragon Ball Z is it's always been my childhood, and it always will be my childhood. I mean, back in like 8th grade, I would watch like Dragon Ball Super, and what would happen is every Saturday when I'd be watching, when I would have like nothing to do. I didn't even have a cell phone back then in 8th grade. After I had to use my 3DS. I had to use that. I didn't even have a cell phone. And like every Saturday, okay, Dragon Ball Super would be on, whether it be an old episode or a new episode every Saturday after like at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. And like what would happen is I would still watch the episodes. Because why? Because obviously I would love the episodes, and because it would give me something to do. Like I remember watching them, and I've already finished the series already. And like and then when my birthday and Christmas time came around for Christmas, well, I had like this Goku action figure though too. I forgot to mention that though too. And what would happen is when my birthday and Christmas came around, I got a cell phone. I got the Nintendo Switch. I asked for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 for the Switch. And what happened was after school or on the weekends, I would go home, take like an hour break away from the screens, because obviously back then I would have trouble due to screen time and whatnot. And I would go on my Nintendo Switch and I would play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Whether I was raging, or raging, or just because why not? Because it was my childhood. And like then once Xenoverse 2 once I had my Switch, I think I'd still watch the show, I think. Yeah, I'd still watch the show. I'd still play the game. And I still do to this day. And I mean, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 has always been something that makes me happy. And I mean, I loved the show. I did, and it just this really affects me. And I mean, last year's Christmas, in 2022, I got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and I still play it to this day. I still play it. And obviously, my childhood has always been my childhood with Dragon Ball Z or Yu-Gi-Oh! And I can't. And I mean, some things are my childhood, like Sonic, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh! But and I still have a Dragon Ball Z statue. Hang on, let me go get it real quick. Let me go get it. Good. Sorry about that. And I still have this Goku statue to this day. I mean, it will always be. Dragon Ball Z has always been my childhood. It has. And I grew up on it. And on my 14th birthday, 15th birthday, when I was 15, we went to FYE at the mall, and I wanted two of the Dragon Ball Z DVDs plus Ghost in the Shell. And I remember getting those two, and I think I still have them to this day. I think I still have them. I know I have Dragon Ball Super Broly. I remember that. I still have that. That's still my favorite. That's one of my. That was a good movie. Hang on. I need some G Fuel real quick. Okay. But I am gonna try the Dragon Ball Z G Fuels. I am, because why not? But first I have to try the horror movie ones. The Nightmare on Elm Street. I've had the Friday the 13th. I gotta try the Nightmare on Elm Street and the Chucky one. And DBZ has always been my childhood, and now here I am at age 20 saying goodbye to it. Saying goodbye to something that I love. I mean, I could still watch the show and whatnot, but I don't know if they're gonna. I really hope they continue doing it still. I mean, it has been there since. It's been around for a really long time, and it breaks my heart. And this does affect me. This does, and I mean, it would rather be like whether after school in 8th grade I would freshman year of high school I'd still watch it too. Or on the holidays, and like Dragon Ball Super has really, like, when I first saw it on Saturdays, they would still put it on. When I first saw it on Saturdays, I'm like, I'm watching this. I know what I'm doing on Saturday. Watching this. And, because back then I had, all I had for video game console was a Sega Genesis or the Nintendo. And I'd have my computer, and I mean, I'd have my 3DS and whatnot, and my Kindle, and a Kindle Fire, but obviously what happened, but here I am now, all grown up, and it just, it really affects me a lot, and I'm already getting flashbacks of my childhood, and like, the only game I'd have for the Nintendo was Mega Man 4, and really, it really affects me to this day, and I mean, I still remember and I still And I remember those days where where I'd go home after school with the Nintendo Switch and play and take an hour break, do my homework, do an hour of no screen time, and then literally go on my Switch to play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 after school. And I was just playing DBZ Kakarot the other day, and I'm sorry if I didn't stream it. But and I mean, here I am now at age 20 saying goodbye to my childhood. I mean, it does break my heart a bit. It does break my heart a little bit. I can still watch the show and whatnot, honestly, and I don't think I'm gonna watch an episode today. I don't, honestly. And I'm already having a bad day already. I had a horrible one yesterday. And I'm saying goodbye to my childhood pretty much, and it really does affect me to this day. And I did have a Goku action figure that one time I got at like GameStop one time. I was still in 8th grade. And then Christmas time came around, and what happened was I got these Dragon Ball Z socks that had Goku going Super Saiyan, and it would just say just Saiyan on it. And it would have like the Dragon Balls on them too. And then summertime came, and no wait, yeah, I believe so, yeah. And what happened was I went to like this fair, and like they had these iron-on shirts, and I saw one and it had Goku going Super Saiyan, got Super Saiyan, so I got that one. And it was actually really cool. And now here I am. And they made like this new Gohan new form one. I don't really follow it. Because I believe that's Dragon Ball Hero. I don't follow that stuff. I just follow the originals. Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. And I mean, here I am now all grown up. And I can see that I've grown up a lot. And I mean, sorry about that. What really breaks my heart is, and this really breaks my heart, this does, and this really, like, puts me at, it does break my heart a bit, seeing my childhood, saying goodbye to it. It does break my heart a little bit, but I'll be okay. Hopefully they continue to do Dragon Ball Z. Sorry about that. Hopefully they still continue to do it. Sorry about that. Hopefully they continue to do it still. Sorry about that. I don't know what the banging is in the background. But hopefully they still continue to do Dragon Ball Super. But I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I hope y'all are doing alright. Hey, for those of you who are still fans of Dragon Ball Z and it was your childhood and whatnot, shout out to you, Tom Grossi. I know I saw your post earlier this morning. He said a post about Dragon Ball Z, and I'm like, oh boy, Dragon Ball Z. And like I told him, Dragon Ball Z was also my childhood too, and yada yada yada. And I guess what it was a tribute, honor to the creator, and honestly, and I hope y'all are. I know this is a hard time for all you DBZ fans who grew up and it's your childhood. I know this is. I'm with you guys because DBZ was also my childhood as well, and I love the show and I mean this. I'm just gonna end this stream here, guys. I can't seem to manage to think of what to say right now, guys. I just can't right now because obviously my mind's a little bit affected and right now I'm upset about this too. But I'll see you all in the next video or the next stream. Adios.